Okay, let's call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Carla here.
Jerry here.
Karen here.
Kathy here.
John here.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it. Carla, aye.
Jerry, aye.
Karen, I.
Kathy, aye.
John, aye.
Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second. Carla, aye.
Jerry, aye.
Karen, I.
Kathy, aye.
John, aye.
Okay, SRF Planning and Design Loan, public hearing. We'll open the public hearing. On a proposal to enter into a sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement.
No comment. I'll make a motion to close the public hearing. I'll second.
Carla, aye.
Jerry, aye.
Karen, I.
Kathy, aye.
John, aye.
Okay. Resolution, what is the number on that, Karen?
45.
45. Resolution 2018-45, a resolution taking additional action with respect to sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement and authorizing, approving, and securing the payment of $1,105,500 sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement anticipation project note.
Now, if I understand this right, this is the interim financing?
It's a SRF planning and design loan that's a 0% interest rate that will roll into the loan for the sewer treatment plant when it's complete.
At what percent?
I don't know what the SRF rate, it's low, it's 2 something, I believe.
Less than 3. Yeah.
This is 0 now.
I saw
There's
that.
no interest on this at all.
And this is the interim?
This is interim, yes,
Okay.
for the planning and design.
So we need a motion?
Mm-hmm.
I can't get back to the page to see what it was. I make a motion to take additional action with respect to the sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement for interim financing, and authorizing, approving, and securing the payment of $1,105,500 for sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement anticipation project note. IFA interim loan and disbursement agreement. Does anybody want to second it?
I'll second. Carla, aye.
Jerry, aye.
Karen, I.
Kathy, aye.
John, aye.
Okay. Greater Dubuque Development Corporation, Dan McDonald, annual report.
Want me to stand over here? Or?
That's wherever you want, yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
This young guy's here because he's in government class. He's going to be an engineer. That's always one of the smart ones. Good for you. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, for your records, Dan McDonald, Greater Dubuque Development Corporation, address 900 Jackson Street in Dubuque, Iowa. And I want to thank, first and foremost, Karen for making this easy to be on your agenda this evening. When Karen agreed to put me on the agenda, I made a very simple promise, and the promise was that I would try to be the easiest part of your evening. I knew I wouldn't be the hardest part, so Karen, thanks for putting me on. I came here tonight actually to do really one simple thing, and that was to, on behalf of Greater Dubuque, say thank you and hand deliver our annual report. Now, I'm aware that you would have received that same report electronic file, but I wanted to come out, say thank you to you, and hand deliver that report because I know sometimes we lose our manners. meaning that it's true, it's a fact that we work with many of your companies on a daily, weekly basis, more so than you may ever read about. It's true that we get calls all the time. We give tours all the time of your community when newcomers are picking up their lives, they're recruited by a company. Your community is not very popular. I would say it's ridiculously popular. You have done a phenomenal job. Many of the executives and families that pick up their lives and move, they want to be in Peosta. And I can tell you with a straight face, I don't know that we come out and say thank you enough for that. That is just the vote of people. Your rooftops are going up, your population's booming, and and in my opinion, you've been able to thread the needle between having just a nice upscale bedroom community and also at the same time having a ton of growing industry. There are many communities up and down the corridor that have cute bedroom communities, and I would say, again, with a straight face, you've done a phenomenal job. So my purpose in being on here tonight was to hand deliver that annual report, tell you that maybe we don't say it enough, but thank you. You just keep doing what you're doing. I know you make tough decisions. You have to spend and be a good steward of taxpayer money. I'm sure you get calls at all hours, why are you spending on this or that? But you know, people don't have to move to communities. They choose to do it. And I will tell you, there are communities all over, even in this region, that are sucking wind. And it's because they didn't bust out their checkbook and invest in the future. You have. And so I wanted to thank you for that. And it occurred to me the last time I stood before you, it was to ask you respectfully for your support for an application for a company that was looking to expand. That was CAMSO. And I also want you to know, fast forward to tonight, I've already shared this with the mayor and Karen, we're finishing up some details with the company, working with their execs out of Canada, and they asked me, knowing I would be here tonight, to personally give you an invite for their event coming up. They wanted me to personally invite you. So I'm here as their proxy to say, we hope that you can make it. You were a supporter of the project long before, and I just wanted you to have this. Mr. Mayor, I gave you one.
Yep.
You go.
Thank you.
Look at that, I gotta get one more for you, Carl, and I have one right over here. So I also promised Karen I would be very brief, and so my question to the council would be, do you have any questions? I'd be glad to entertain any question you might have about some of the issues, challenges that are happening right now. Workforce is the perennial omnipresent issue. It's not going anywhere. But your community just keeps shining. I had a call today from a possible retail broker that was looking at your community. And again, I'm telling you that with a straight face. You show very well. So
Thank you.
whatever you do, keep doing what you're
Yep.
doing. There's also this is the annual report, the hard copy. Look at this. Guy needs to get some math lessons. Thank you. You're lucky to have some great private sector leadership in your community. People like AJ Spiegel. I feel like I met AJ when I was 10 or 100 years ago, but I got to tell you, there's been more projects that have happened. He won't tell you this, but I will. There have been more projects that we've done in conjunction with you because they started with this man right here. So I didn't expect to see him tonight. That wasn't scripted, but that's just another fact. So I would entertain any questions you would have.
Anybody? Any questions? I think we're good. I think you did a good job. Good presentation.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Mayor, I appreciate that. And what I said at the outset, I meant, I think sometimes because we're all busy, all of us are, every day is a blur, but you know what? I don't think we say thank you enough. You guys just keep doing what you're doing. If you need anything from us, you know where to find us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan.
Good to see you, Councilman Kraft. We go with that in high school 100 years ago.
100 years ago.
Thank you.
Okay, police lean conference. I guess they're not here.
Sure, just drove by with lights on.
Okay.
Didn't Chief Riley say that was in Des Moines, and I see here at Cedar Rapids? Does she really need 3 nights then?
It starts pretty early on, whatever.
On the
first day
first.
is.
Monday, I believe, yeah.
don't know what time it starts, but
Well, it's Cedar Rapids, an hour and 15 minutes.
Depending what part of Cedar Rapids you're at.
Pardon?
Cedar Rapids an hour away, so yes.
It's not,
45 minutes.
it's a pretty cheap hotel, $72, so I don't think that's a big deal. You're better off having her down there than having her drive back and forth early and get a deer or something. That's my
Might get a
opinion,
speeding ticket.
maybe. So is this just continuing education, do you know?
it's, what do I call it, the law enforcement intelligence network,
It is the one that Jim was talking about though, isn't it? The
Yes.
same
Yeah,
one.
same one.
yes.
Does she have to be here to speak about it? Or can we just-
No.
I'll make a motion to approve Sergeant Minahan to give the Lean Conference in Cedar Rapids.
I'll second.
Carla.
Jerry, aye.
Karen, I.
Kathy,
John,
Okay, Public Works set a schedule for the Industrial Park Street Project.
Anybody have any questions on the schedule? Was it in the agenda packet that laid out the dates?
What are they doing? Just shoulder work? Or what?
I'm sorry.
What are they doing?
We have a set of plans that we put together for the Industrial Park Road.
The new one up there.
Goes along Bodine's to the north.
That road, okay.
You haven't named it yet. We're just
Okay.
calling it Dry.
I'm sorry, all
That's
right.
okay. So right now, it's just a matter of, we wanted to get this package put together and get it bid this fall. Whether they start or not, you're gonna get a lot better bids this fall than waiting until the spring. So we do like we did Tennis Lane and bid it in the fall and have a summer completion. So this is, we set forth the dates. Tonight was set the dates, obviously, for the, to let you know when we wanted to get this published and a public hearing date that would, need to get set, so.
how far east of is that going to go? I guess my concern is it going to interfere with any of the businesses on that end? No. As far as the construction portion of it, I mean, you did keep that in consideration.
No, we're
Taking out trees, right?
Well, we're gonna get our dirt.
looking at it in the world, north is that way.
I guess I'll know.
That, the dirt is coming from over, some of it's coming from over,
Was that much over there? Is there?
probably more over there than you think.
Okay, so
Yeah, but did you see how much that has to come up? If you're going to grade with Bodine's or anywhere close to it, or are you gonna stay down on that level with the trees in?
This will probably stay down on the level with the trees.
I don't know, because your drive is up there.
How much is that gonna be built up, Jim?
Is that gonna come up level with Bodine's?
It's down a little ways from Bodine's.
Where the
It's
trees are
more
now.
we're having to come out from where that rural arborvitae are and then down. So because you can't go any farther east, we're right on the property line where those arborvitae are. And so we'll go out, the right of way 60 or 66 feet wide there. The road will be 31 foot centered in that right of way. So there's quite an embankment that's got to get built up.
It's gonna take a lot of it.
About 10,000 cubic yards. But like I said, that existing site, that proposed site for the treatment plant, there's 30,000 yards that have to come out of there to set that treatment plant and buildings and such
For sure.
on there. So actually it's a little more. It's gonna be a little more. We're roughing it in there. We took some time to rough the layout because it's kind of on a slope like this, the treatment plant. So we gotta do that. So we gotta take some of that hillside out and move it. And so it's going for that street.
So all the dirt should come from the other property. We shouldn't have to haul any more in.
No, there's enough material there. And actually, we're gonna, part of the project to get rid of some of that additional material, because it's gotta go somewhere, it goes to the north of Bodine's.
And this is gonna be bid out at gravel, right?
Yeah, they're only putting in the crushed stone base at this point, but the street itself is designed, so all you gotta do is come back. We have it in the computer already. When you're ready to pave it, you send us the drawings out with the pavement design on it, so you can bid on that. But it's to get the material hauled and then the crushed stone on top. There's storm sewer we're gonna put in now, though. It makes sense to do that. There's a water main that has to go in along that street to feed that treatment plant. that's included in there too.
And Bodine's Drive, we have that in there?
Yes, it's shown on here the way
All
we
that's in there already.
The water main is out to the end of Cap Drive. Is it out that far, or
Yes.
is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a nest of valves right at that, where it ends from the paved section to the gravel, to where it goes into the treatment plant now, and we can come off of that and go
Okay.
north.
Okay.
So this is more to set the bid date, public hearing bid date, things of that nature, so that's why all those dates are on there. We'll have everything ready to go at the end of next week, as it shows there. And then the public hearing will be on the 10th, which was be.
No,
23rd.
23rd.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. And then, let's see, bid opening is 16th at 11 a.m. And then we'll be ready for your council meeting on the 23rd.
Do we need a motion to set these?
Yes, please.
I'll make a motion to set the schedule for industrial park street project.
I'll second.
Caroline.
Jerry, aye.
Karen, I.
Kathy, aye.
John,
Okay. Update urban renewal plan discussion.
I spoke with John Danos about this last Friday when we talked about updating the urban renewal plan for the street, the industrial park that we just spoke about, and the wastewater treatment facility. I also mentioned the, later down on the agenda, there's a property tax rebate request for the Penske building, and then AJ had mentioned the Dollar General. So I spoke with John about all of those. I don't have enough information yet on Penske or on Dollar General. I'm still waiting for some more information for that, but John said the most efficient way would be to kind of pull that all together, to work together with that. But on that wastewater treatment facility, he did speak about doing possibly some of that as GO, not all SRF. That way you can use some tip to pay the industrial portion or share, some of the industrial share on the wastewater treatment facility, and then the SRF would be some of the residents' share of that. But he suggested working with Jeff Heil on that to come up with that dollar amount, because you don't want to run into an LMI situation if you're using it for more of a residential type use. So those are things that I've kind of been working on with John, but I, again, just kind of wanted to keep you informed, but I don't have enough information yet.
Are we 100% secure on that grant, the $3 million grant? No.
I asked Matt about that today. I have not heard that yet.
There's big
Yes.
numbers there.
Yes. So that's about half of it. If we secure that entire grant, that'll be about half of the project, and then,
Just GO a little bit of it.
right, whatever Jeff would recommend. When I was talking to John a little bit about it, we were talking about the wastewater usages. Currently, it's about 50% that the industrial and commercial produce on the wastewater, and about 50% from the residential side. And I'm sure they'll look at all that when they start talking about how they want to finance that. Does that make sense?
Is that it, Karen?
That's all.
On that? Okay. All right, we got another yet. Dean was over by Willis's and the culvert running on the street. He saw his rotted out. He'll tell you about it.
Yeah, it's totally decayed. The whole bottom of it's tin whistle, galvanized pipe running underneath there. And it's completely decayed. And then it ties into cheap plastic, where I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but welders maybe went all to fill the salt in there, just tie it on and maybe extend that themselves. I'm not sure. But that's a cheap plastic. I guess my thoughts are replacing that, maybe installing another catch basin on Willis's side, and possibly on the north of Deerwood, and extending that beyond their property of the new building.
Does that dump into like a basin or something before you get to the track?
it dumps in that ditch. I don't.
Is that by the tree
Any
there?
structures or any sort down there.
Is that where the hole is by the tree?
By the tree.
Willis's?
Pull that tree out.
They took that big
No.
Where's it? Where's the backside? Oh, okay.
Dean thought maybe we get that done before they hard surface their parking lot.
Might be like.
But be.
So we don't
They
have
were
to.
10, I saw
But I
that.
did talk to
10.
Willis's and they don't believe that it's gonna get done this fall yet, so they're thinking next spring, so I told them, you know, that if there was a thought and the weather did hold out, that it was gonna be done this fall, to, you know, bring it
Are they,
to somebody's attention before they did hard surface it, but I had it out.
are they prepping for the building then? Is what they put a bunch of gravel in there and they're tapping it down.
They actually tapped the water in the sewer, ran water in the sewer to the lodge.
So that will be further west of the building then? We won't be in. They
The
just
storm
had-
sewer is actually pretty much right in line with the sanitary sewer running south, north and south.
Is it on Charlie's side of the road there too? So you're also talking, or just right up?
That's where it starts. is
Yeah,
on
that's where it
Charlie's side.
starts, that's the uphill side of it.
Something we could do, or we have to have it done?
Something we could do, but probably not till next spring. I think our plate's pretty full this fall.
Yeah, it'd be better to get it done than have to rip up their parking lot or whatever they have in there.
Yeah.
They're gonna let you know if, I mean, it looks like you're getting a hard surface this fall, right?
Yeah, which I highly doubt it would ever happen. They feel that it,
Looks like they're concentrating on the building anyway right now.
are,
Looks like they're concentrating on the building right now anyway.
yeah.
Did they notice it by moving the equipment across there or something? Is it fell in a hole or?
No, when they were doing the sewer tie-in today and it started downpouring, I just went over there and glanced at it and noticed that it was.
Well, we got a quick inch of rain there, so.
But like I said, the bottom of the pipe is totally decayed. It's gone.
I feel like the one up by the tennis or the fire station, then
Yeah.
they pulled out of there. That was pretty nasty too.
Yeah. Okay. That's all for that then. You guys didn't have anything else from Public Works? Okay. All right, administration, private tax rebate request, AJ Spiegel Trust dated February 26, 2013. So they're looking for,
Wasn't there a letter with this?
pardon?
Yeah, you gotta log in and see it. You can read it off.
Looking for 100% property tax reimbursement for 3 years.
What I'm wondering. Are you leasing that land to Penske, or is Penske purchasing the land? Lease?
Near the building and everything, right? Yeah.
And there's something else to be put in with this, you said, from Jeff?
Well, I'm working with John Danos, but because that lot was split, there's not a value on that I have to work with Dave Kubik, and I haven't had time. So I'll
So
make that phone call.
my question was, how many employees and average wage?
I can't answer that.
How's that work with the developer being one person and the business being another? Does anybody know?
As far as,
Who gets rebate?
Yeah.
The developer?
Spiegel, AJ Spiegel gets the rebate on the land.
You're applying for it. The Spiegel Trust is applying for it.
Trust, yeah.
Not Penske.
No.
And does the city request anything with that? Like the number of employees, the wages?
Normally we don't.
No.
That's what kind of like we do over
We could
by Fairway.
find that out. That'd be a question for Penske's weekend list.
At Fairway we did for 6 years, I think it was, wasn't it?
The rebate?
Yeah.
20 years.
20, so.
20 years.
3 years.
Well, 3 years isn't bad
get
at
a
all,
business.
but I actually, well, but you do want to make sure that we're getting jobs, and you want to make sure you're getting employees and that you're getting,
Well, they kind of get in business.
that
Yeah, they'll
tax
have,
value is enough to be worth, you know.
they'll have to have employees if they're gonna repair trucks there.
I understand about 10, but I can't say that for sure.
That'd be pretty good. And the average wage, I'm assuming, will be decent.
Well, there'd be mechanics.
That's why I say it'd probably be a decent wage.
Oh, yeah, that'll be decent.
Yeah.
This is something kind of done in the past.
Yes.
Use this
With
kind of draw.
TIF,
business
yeah.
draw money in.
Yep, yep.
But you still need more information, Karen, to,
I do, I don't have a building value yet, I don't have a base valuation yet, and that was, because that lot was split again, so I need to get with Dave Kubik on that as well.
So can we approve tonight based on that valuation or just?
No,
Do we
this
waste
is
that?
Just
more
discussion.
informational.
This is more information?
Well, just so you know that
Okay.
this is out there,
Yeah,
and you're okay with proceeding?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Other business and correspondence. Anybody got anything? Citizen comment?
What can you do with Dollar General if they would come down? Or what would the city be able to provide? Because they don't want to pay for that lot, per se.
you're not gonna lease it to them,
I'm sorry?
and you're not gonna lease it to them, right?
What lot are they looking at?
Which lot? The one right next to the Farm Bureau Insurance.
What's the value of that lot?
Well, the lot is 1.2 acres. We would have 250,000 approximately in that lot.
So they're looking for us to purchase a lot for them?
No. What could we do for a rebate for taxes or whatever we could help them with?
I think a lot depends upon what we find out about Penske. I mean, you got the same program, huh?
Well,
It has got nothing to do with
No, this is completely separate.
But they're if we go a rebate, it'd be the same idea.
Yeah, but we do a totally separate rebate with Dollar General.
I don't
As-
know.
Yeah,
It would be a totally separate rebate.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, it wouldn't be the same one,
no, and they're good, we got multiple.
but it'd be
ones.
under the same Iowa code.
Yes.
But
And
it
we
all
don't-
depends on what they're looking for. I mean, we could do something similar to Fairway, even though that's 20 years. I don't know if you want to go that long.
Yeah, I don't think we want to
Well,
go
that's
that
where I
way.
said 3 years would be the max, but how much, I don't know.
When I spoke with AJ and Mary Jo last week, it sounded to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, AJ, on this conversation, that they were looking for some assistance with the purchase of the lot because the land prices in Peosta are quite a bit higher than they're used to paying, correct?
Right.
And then the building, the way that you were looking, wanting that building to look was a little bit more money than their normal retail store that they would put up. So they were looking for some of that cost difference in that as well. I haven't heard from Mary Jo, so I don't know, I'm assuming they didn't get back with her yet to give her any of that information because I haven't heard from her.
Well, the cost of the land, just for an acre of ground over there, was originally $100,000 an acre. That was unimproved ground. That had no water, no wastewater, no retention. So there was really nothing there, streets or anything there. So when you have to put on another $100,000 per acre, we get $200,000 in every acre over there. And if we want to put one in there, we're gonna take a loss on the property because they can only go so high, which we understand. Same way with Fairway. We sold Fairway ground there for $86,000 on one deal. And they're gonna pay us another $80,000 in a few years, I don't remember what it was, but we had over $600,000 in their ground. So the people think they got screwed here, they didn't. I took the hit on that. That's the only way you can say it. We had 600,000, we probably got 160.
So what's Dollar
How does
General?
that come out? Not very well.
No.
What do they
But you
think?
gotta understand what it costs to do this. I mean, when we bought that land from McAndrews, it was 100,000 acres, unimproved. Point blank, 100,000. You can go look at it at the city, the Dubuque tax bill. But it's what it is. And improvements cost a lot of money. There's a lot of dirt moved there. There was retention area put in there. There was streets put in, water, wastewater. So there's a lot of cost. So it takes a lot of money to do these projects and you don't make money on them. And, you know, we want to help the town, we want to do things for you. We take some losses. You don't always understand what the real numbers are. But the real numbers on Fairway was a $450,000 loss. How do you get that? Budget helps the city.
Are you saying you want the building to look better than most of the Dollar General?
Yes,
Yes.
What are they thinking?
you're gonna break the whole thing.
No, for land value and building costs, what are they thinking for help from the city?
1 point something, and I don't remember what that real number was. So if you put it together, lots, the building would be probably $1.5 million, $1.4 million.
That's total cost?
Mhm.
Yes.
Do you have any idea what they want from the city as far as help, support?
Well, that's kind of what we're asking. What can we do for them?
You don't think the rebate will work? You don't think that'll,
No,
What
that's,
is the rebate? I don't know.
that's what he's looking for.
if it's
What-
1.5 million, what
I think that's
percentage?
what I'm looking for from Mary Jo, is the cost that they normally pay for the land, and then the difference between what that property is. And
And some
then,
of these properties that they buy, you can go up 52, and you can go along Moana, and a few other towns going up 52. I would guess they would probably pay 70,000, 80,000, 110,000, I don't know.
so land price is more than double here than what they pay in some of those other places.
If you want to be on the main drag, this one's gonna cost.
So I think those are the numbers we're looking for, is that what they typically pay for land? We know what you have in that, and then what they would pay you, and then looking to get that difference rebated, plus whatever the extra cost of the building is.
I guess what I'm asking is, you know, if we can get 150 out of them, we're gonna take in probably an $80,000 loss on that lot, plus. What do we do? Can we help them, or can we get them some money, or can we take a tax deal for 10 years and maybe we can take it? I don't know. What can we do to help? I don't like to take all these losses.
I suppose there aren't any grants available for retail.
No.
Can't imagine why we wouldn't be able to do something.
Well, yeah, I would think, 100,000 for 2 years, or 100% for 2 years, 75 for 2 years, and 50 for a year.
Step it
Why
down.
don't we know what those dollar amounts are before we start talking?
You need to know that
about
first?
it?
Okay.
I think so, we need to know.
All right.
Basically, you just need to let AJ know that.
Why don't we look at maybe a 5-year, maybe 7, go nothing for a couple of years, and then go 20% for the next 5. Each year 20%, you get your 100% tax.
Pay 20% or get 20% off?
20%, you would charge them 20% for the tax
20%, okay.
for 5 years, 0 the first 2 years, because they won't make any money the first 2 years, and then 20% a year for 5 years, so 7 years.
That sounds fine.
I would think we
So
could
it's
do
gonna be
that.
100.
So that's
100,
80%.
it'd be
I'm sorry?
So
300%
300%,
7
And
years.
then an 80% rebate for the next 5, is that what you said? That they would pay 20% of the taxes?
Well,
And would be rebated 100%?
On the third year, it'd be 20%.
20%,
Huh?
80% rebate or 20%?
So it's
An 80% rebate, I believe.
Well,
Right.
do whatever way you want to do it, but tax it 20% a year for 5 years after the first 2. That's just an idea. I don't know what you want to do there, but
Is that the kind of help that'll work for them or not? I mean, or,
I think they're gonna need help. I don't know if they're gonna cash flow here.
oh, I think they'll do all right, I think.
I'm sorry?
I think they might do all right. And not the first year.
I think that they would
But I can
like
lend you
any
some
money.
money.
As long as we don't move a mall in next to them, you know.
If it's not gonna help them, you know what I mean?
Well, we're here to help. too.
Right, that's,
Yeah.
That's a big thing, so yeah, whatever if this sounds good to them, great, if not, if
We can go back to the
if something
drawing
comes back from.
But I think the first thing we need to know is, what the value of the project is and all of that, so that we can kind of back into this, and then we'll know what the rebate amount, or we can at least estimate what that rebate amount is gonna be. And know if that's gonna work for them or not, if it's gonna be enough or too much or not, not only half of it.
But I think the message is that, yes, I think.
Yeah.
We're.
We'll help them.
Yeah.
We have to wait and see.
Well, if they're going above and beyond in the building, maybe we can get some funds to go through the city for beautification or something. Maybe there's some programs if we looked.
I don't think for retail or anything like that there would be.
I think the taxes probably be the best route.
Yeah.
If that works for them.
Well, yeah, that too, but who knows if this is gonna work either. I'm thinking that Iowa code might have had a sliding scale would depend upon our ordinances, what the sliding scale was.
The county has one, and it's a 7-year, and I don't remember exactly how it works, 15, 25, something like that, over the course of 7 years.
Anything else, AJ? No? Anybody? Nothing?
I'd like to be able to sell them on a program where they can save some money in taxes. That's money.
Yep. No, we'll work with them on it.
Yep.
That's not a problem.
Appreciate
Yep.
it.
You bet. We appreciate you, AJ.
Thanks for bringing the business to town.
Yes.
It's always good to have that, yeah.
So,
Thank you.
motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Carry on.
Karen, I.
We are adjourned.
Chair, could I ask you, did I hear you right?